Have you ever wanted to loot a dungeon that is filled with exactly two types of enemies?
That doesn't sound terribly impressive, no?
What if I told you it would be fun?
I guess I might do it then.
What if I told you you would have unending crossbow ammo?
Well, I mean, you should have started with that at the beginning.
Hey guys, I'm Crypto Spook.
And this is Moriarty.
And today we are bringing you Dungeons and Treasure VR. This is a game that you will find on itch.io. It was actually pretty darn fun. I can see that they are going to flesh this out pretty well.
So it's a dungeon crawler.
Yes, it is a dungeon crawler.
In VR.
I can't tell whether or not it's a roguelike because I only died once. And I immediately started back in the same spot.
It does, however, look like it's procedurally generated.
I think it is procedurally generated. There's a map that is always open, and then you'll eventually get through sections of the level, and it'll take you to a map, and I guess you're allowed to teleport to different parts of the map. I don't know, maybe you can just see the whole map. Maybe it's one big area and you have to explore the whole thing. I enjoyed it. I had a pretty good time playing. There's not many aspects built into the game yet, but this is a very new game. It's only been out on itch for a little while. I think that the developer has done a great job with what I've seen so far. This is another game where the graphics are really well scaled for what VR is currently capable of. It's not trying to stress out your PC. I can't imagine anybody having a hard time playing this game, you know?
Sure.
So one of my problems was there is only teleport locomotion, and that is unfortunate because I don't like teleport locomotion. I would really much prefer to be able to WASD so I can move around without having to move my shield behind my back when I'm trying to teleport away from enemies, you know? Especially because they have a lot of people that are shooting arrows at you.
Nobody likes that.
No, who likes getting hit with arrows?
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody.
You think?
Probably. So that's it. That's the whole game?
This is the whole game. You're crawling a dungeon. But the further you get into it, the more enemies they start throwing at you, and your bow absolutely does have a maximum speed you can shoot at. Your bow will go into a cooldown mode. I didn't quite figure out what triggers the cooldown mode. I think it's maybe if you try and just spam arrows out as fast as you can, it'll make your bow go into cooldown.
But you had fun.
I had fun, yeah.
How much would you pay for this game?
In its current state or developed?
In its current state.
In its current state, I could see this game being worth, I don't know, maybe $2? $3?
But if it were more fully fleshed out, you would pay more.
I would pay more if there was more added to this game, yes.
Seems fair to me.
So like I said, unfortunately, there's not a whole heck of a lot to the game at this point, but I absolutely think that's gonna change. Are you interested in dungeon crawlers?
The problem is that there are other games that do it better.
Vanishing Realms, but that is completely different. A much better game overall, but it's also way more fleshed out.
It's also way more expensive than free.
Yeah, that's very true. As a proof of concept, I give the developer high marks.
I don't know that I would try it out simply because, I don't know, it doesn't really hit me in any sort of warm and fuzzy spot. But for anybody who's like, oh man, I really love dungeon crawling and I want to do it in VR, I think this is a good option. At least to get into it and see if there's maybe something you would enjoy. Apparently procedurally generatedness, I think that's a good thing as well. Altogether, I think it looks interesting for people who are interested in it, if that doesn't sound like a horrible thing to say.
I don't think it's a horrible thing to say at all.
So there you go, guys. That's Dungeons and Treasure. Trésor. Dougions et Trésor. I'm sure that's French.
That sounds French. It must be French.
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the Patreon. You can also see all of our contests down below in the description. And as always,
we'll see you on the next one.